What is good, YouTube? Alright, so I'm gonna make this as fast as possible. There isn't that much to say in this book. I'm doing a review, if you could tell by the title. And this is the Mansions of the Moon, the Greenwich. So this is by the same author that wrote the Grimoire of the Greenwich. And this book is awesome. Now, it has its setbacks a little bit. I've heard a few things from a few people, and I guess it's not for everybody because this is just pure information. It doesn't really tell you exactly how to use the information. So this is for someone a little bit more experienced. So this book is more for a person that understands what they're doing and how to put things together, but all the information is there. So there's going to be things in here that you might not have known originally, right? So this is going in a lot into certain sigils, into the seal of the sun, intelligence of the sun, spirit of the sun, and you get all these sigils for each one of these things. You get a sigil for Jupiter, for Mercury, for Saturn. You know, you get your Azrael, seal of the moon, spirit of the moon, spirit of the spirits of the moon. So there's a lot of stuff like that, you know, the intelligence of the intelligence, the intelligence of the intelligence of the moon. The intelligence of the intelligences of the moon. So I'm guessing this is like a sigil that, I guess the moon, a few spirits pertain, like, are hosts, I guess, of the moon. Like, or I'm not sure how to explain that, the correct way to say this. But imagine if the moon, there's multiple intelligences. Now there's a sigil for the intelligence of the combined intelligences that are there. Now, intelligences doesn't sound like a word, but let's just move on and deal with it. Alright, so the same thing for Mercury. You know, you got yourself, you got the seal of Mercury, the intelligence of Mercury, the spirit of Mercury, the seal of Venus, and it keeps going down the line like that. You have you got all of the mathematical squares. So the mathematical square of the moon, where it's a square with multiple numbers, and each number is in the smallest square. But if you add up all of the squares from top down, let's see what the moon is, so I can be a little bit more precise. So let's say the sun. For the sun, the answer, the last number is 101, meaning that no matter which way you add these numbers, if you go to the top right corner and you add all of the numbers from left to right, or from up down, or from down up, or right to left, or if you go to the left corner and do the same, or to the bottom left corner or the bottom right corner, no matter which way you go, every line, every row is going to add up to 101. So I hope you understand what I'm talking about, the mathematical squares. So we got the square of the sun, the square of the moon, and we keep going. There's just so many sigils and explanations, gods and goddesses, their names, their what their correspondence, like you know, the heart of the lion, strength, nobility, planet Jupiter, and Mars, sign Leo, stone. It gives you a stone and a herb, the mugwort, and it gives you a sigil. You know, it gives you the names. Yeah. So this gives you, let's see, the sunset hours. So then you got your hours from 1 to 12 during the sunset. And you know, it's going to tell you, so you got every day of the week, and then the first hour of Sunday is Jupiter, the second hour of Sunday is Mars, the third hour of Sunday is the sun, you know, that kind of stuff. And it just keeps going and going and going. There's just so much information in this one book, and it's very, very cheap. It's extremely cheap for the amount of information that's in here. A lot of this information you might be able to find on the internet, but more than half of it you're probably not going to be able to find it. And even the parts that you can find, it's not going to be this organized and just laid out for you, where you can just create some cliff notes and put some post-its or whatever and sort of write out on the post-it what that page is about. So whenever you're about to do something, you can go to this, you can figure out what's the best way to go about that particular spell or ritual, to really like personalize it and really go deep into what you're trying to do. You're trying to, if I guess you guys would understand. You want to, if you're gonna do a particular spell and you want everything to just be perfect and to do it the perfect way. Not that everything has to be done perfect, but if you want to do it like that, you can go right down to, all right, I'm gonna do it at this hour on this day, on this section of the month when the moon is going to be full, or it's a new moon. And you can go right down to like the very bottom of it, where you're getting the correct colors, the correct herbs, the correct gemstones, everything that goes along with the particular thing that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So this this actually really does go. This book goes super deep into everything, just everything that involves the moon. All right, so there's a few things about the Sabbath, full moons, waxing moons, so on. It goes into, let's see, your zodiac, and all of the correspondence with that, the gods and goddesses that go along with that, and what they represent. It lets you know about when is the best time to do certain things. So I guess that's as much as I can share about this book without legitimately reading it out loud. This is a pretty awesome book. I've heard of a bad review before, like, it doesn't explain, exactly how to use the information. So if you're super new and like you really need things to be spelt out to you, this might not be for you at the moment, but it's not even that expensive, so don't let that deter you. You might be able to just buy it, look through it, and just have it on the side. This and the Grimoire of a Greenwich are two very good books to have on your side. So while you're reading whatever else you're reading, and when you're gonna create your spells, you can go through this. So if you're gonna do something, a particular thing, you can go to the Grimoire of the Greenwich. And if you know that the particular thing you're gonna do involves the moon, and you want to do all the correspondence along with that and get everything done right, whether you're gonna do something on the new moon, or if you're gonna do something on the a full moon, so on and so on. And you can get down to right down to which zodiac is above your home at that moment. So you're drawing energies from these certain things, and it goes into all of that type of stuff. So this is awesome. This is a really good book. I personally like it. I'm pretty used to being more of a chaos witch. I'm sorry about the noise, but I'm pretty used to being a chaos witch. So I'm not one for needing every single thing to be spelt out. I just take in the information. So if you're a chaos witch, this is going to be perfect for you, because it's just a ton of information and you can do with it as you will. So this and the Grimoire of a Greenwich, awesome books. If you want to see my full review on the Grimoire of the Greenwich, go back. I have another video on that. So no doubt, guys. Peace. and love, yo.